All righty, we're going to head now down to Baldwin County, that is Braves country, as they host Greenbrier High. Yeah, Baldwin looking at first win. Now, they had a brutal schedule to start the season. Here comes Greenbrier. They're also looking for their first win. Baldwin's possession right here, and Torres Hicks scrambling, fire. Oh, that's a beautiful pass. Oh, but deflected, complete, but the drive would stall. All right, next possession. Baldwin's defense looking great. Greenbrier's QB connects, but the play is blown up in the backfield. A diving shoestring tackle by Javon Bullard. The Wolfpack drive goes nowhere. Greenbrier with the ball again, this time threatening to score. Jackson Fulmer connects with Cam Herndon. Looks like the Wolfpack are in business. 1st and 5, 28 yards out. Oh. With the sideline, it's picked. Dante Justice. Oh, look at Chris Connors. He's got him in frame. That's a touchdown. Dante Justice, 72 yards, a pick six. The Braves lead 7-0. Time winding down the second quarter. Wolfpack looking to get in the board. Fulmer connects with Cam Herndon. Try and set up a field goal before the half. Ben Thorpe would try a 48-yard field goal. Not
to the right.
7-0 Baldwin County. Zaxby's FFN scoreboard. The Braves get a win tonight. Good job, Coach Hicks and crew. 14-0.